Hey there, Blaze here. And I don't know if you heard, but the Liberals and the Nationals broke up. They're no longer a coalition apparently. David Littleproud told Susan Ley with like 30 minutes before he went to announce it. So, all right, good for them. Anyway, here's some information about Labor stuff that you may not have heard of before the election. Their housing plan. So you may remember that the Greens had the housing plan, the Liberals had the housing plan. Here's Labor's housing plan. They've got a supermajority in the House. I don't think it's technically a supermajority, but a big majority in the House of Reps. They still have to work through the Senate to get a lot of this stuff done, so we'll see how that goes. What they want to do is 5% deposits. They'll cover the first home buyer insurance, right? So normally when you go to buy a house, if you don't have 20% deposit, the bank says, well, give me like 20 grand. And you have, yeah, because I didn't have 60 grand, so of course I have another 20 grand to give you. So basically, like even if you could have done a 5% deposit, you still needed like a 10% deposit. So anyway, Labor says we'll cover that. All right. So I guess Labor will be some extra guarantor kind of person, enabling you to do a 5% deposit. That's pretty big. They're doing the biggest housing build in Australia's history. Um, I don't know. Who cares? That's probably about the housing accord and the HAF and all that. Yeah, they're building a lot of houses. We'll see how well that does over time. I think they'll probably fall a bit short of the 1.2 million houses or something they wanted to build, but we'll see. But this one's pretty cool. 100,000 of the new homes are going to be only for first home buyers. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just zoom in there. There you go. Only first home buyers can purchase that. That's pretty cool. I like it. That's a good policy. It means that uh, this is a tricky thing that Labor's trying to do. They're trying to artificially lower prices for first home buyers, right? So if you already have a house, you're out of luck. You had your chance. Just a bit of a shame, for people who are down and out. Anyway, next. Yep, 5% deposits for all first home buyers. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, the telehealth. Free healthcare will always be a phone call away. So they're going to have 1-800 Medicare. They're going to set that one up so that you can sort of like 13 Health, but when you call 13 Health and then you have to like call the a doctor afterwards or whatever. Um, I suppose this will be, a Medicare fully bulk billed version of that service, I guess, the telehealth calls basically. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Say it's like 11 p.m. and you have a shift at 3 a.m. Imagine that, right? And you're sick and you're at one of those places that requires a health, a doctor's certificate or something. It's like, I'm sick, dude. Well, I guess now you could call them, and probably for all sorts of things. But that's the practical, money making thought. There's also like the healthcare side of it, I guess. Um, yeah, medical mental health centers. So again, the they're kind of a urgent care clinics are kind of a stopgap for the fact that we've been underfunding our Medicare for so long. So urgent healthcare clinics, they're great. They're fully bulk billed, and if you have a bad gash on your arm, but you didn't break your arm, but it's pretty bad, like you really need proper first aid, you can go to an urgent care clinic, get it sorted. You don't need to go to the emergency room. You can go to an urgent care clinic. Yeah, so that's cool. And what was the last one? Oh yeah, just by the way, rates cut. They dropped 0.25%. So, or 25 basis points. Yeah, 0.25%. So yeah, inflation's in a good spot, and the RBA decided it'll put it down a little. Yeah. Yeah, that's my little news bump for you. Uh, how's that about the coalition though? Bloody hell. Poor guys. They need a win.